What's up, guys? Welcome back to Shawn Richard Save the Industry. I'm Shawn.
I thought I was Shawn.
No, you're Richard.
Oh, I'm Richard.
Yep, he's an idiot. Today we're going to talk about a few things, some games that are yet to come out. Maybe they have a beta out, maybe not. We're going to talk about whether or not we think they're going to be good or they're going to be hot, steaming, like donkey garbage shits.
Dumpster fires.
Yeah, they're going to be donkey sauce. Guy Fieri.
They're gonna be a dead donkey that took a shit before it died in a dumpster, and then somebody lit that dumpster on fire and then threw more shit into the dumpster.
Game developers, what were you thinking? Stole another joke. Just gonna keep stealing from Game Grumps.
Yeah, all our content comes from Game Grumps.
We're gonna start. We're gonna start off with something that had a VIP demo when we were doing our last video, and we kind of touched on it just a tiny bit, but we hadn't actually played it because we didn't pre-order it because we're not retarded. So we can't say the R word anymore. Oh well, fuck them.
Are you talking the R word like Reddit?
And then the open demo came out on February 2nd, and I downloaded it with intent to play the game. You may know what I'm talking about at this point. We're talking about Anthem. So it downloaded Garbage Fire, yes. It downloaded, and I booted it up. First time it opened up, no problem. Played for about 5 minutes, then the audio cut out, and then 30 seconds later, the game crashed. I never even got to pilot a Lancer. I was talking to people around the fortress that you start off in, and then, lo and behold, it won't open up ever again. Like I've tried to open it like 4 or 5 different times because I wanted to have this episode be about be about the Anthem demo and have us be able to fully review a game before most people got to play it, or a lot of people got to play it.
Yeah. And
that just didn't get to happen because the game does not work.
Did you uninstall it and reinstall it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
does not work.
That's okay. So there is something that I've encountered on the internet, on Reddit. It's a huge circle jerk of people that just love Anthem.
Just love the idea of it.
All about Anthem, and I'm guessing that they're in love with the idea of Anthem.
Yeah, I mean it's a cool fucking idea.
As it stands right now, the game just doesn't work. I'm not paying $60 for something that's going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm not.
And to try to kind of round out my opinion on it, I watched some other people's footage because I guess the game did work for some people. It's not like it broke as bad as it broke for me, for everybody. So the gameplay footage they showed at E3 versus the gameplay footage that we get from people that have actually played it.
Wait a minute, can I guess? It's different.
Yeah, severe drop in graphic quality. And
I'm so surprised.
And it's great because EA and BioWare said multiple times throughout what was supposedly their ending development, but based off of how the game it plays or doesn't. I'm assuming what they did for the last couple months of development was just like butt fuck each other. I can't think of anything else they could have been doing. Maybe they were just like rolling around in their piles of money from microtransactions from Battlefront. Yeah,
and all the pre-orders for Anthem.
Because the game just doesn't fucking work, and I don't get like how you could, as a AAA developer and AAA publisher, like I get it, EA's the devil and whatever, but
EA's it's your fault for thinking that EA would put out a good game.
I wasn't even expecting it to be good. I was hoping it would be good, but I was expecting it to work.
Nah, you're asking too much from EA here. Hold on a minute.
From EA and BioWare at this point, this is their second strike, and I don't play baseball, so you only get 2.
I don't understand the concept of that game. So
you get 2 strikes and you're out. I guess that's
sorry.
No touchdowns for you in this soccer game.
Just throw a random basketball in there too. Why don't you try? Jesus Lord.
Yeah, no free throws. But yeah, so that's really all we can talk about for Anthem, which is why we're talking about multiple games on this episode.
Hard to talk about something that we weren't able to play.
Yeah. So we're gonna do some more wild speculation.
Just wild speculation. I'm about to have a ball.
Yeah. So another game that's coming out soonish, this month, right?
This month.
Yeah.
Yeah, this month. February 22nd, if my sources are correct, which...
With sources that everybody has, Kotaku, Polygon, and IGN.
Yeah. I might be misquoting it, but I'm pretty sure it's February 22nd. It's the Division 2. Mm-hmm. And if it's anything like the first game, it's going to be another fucking dumpster fire.
Oh, yeah. You would hope that they would learn. And
it's Ubisoft.
But they have shown their ability to learn before. People hated on fucking Assassin's Creed quite a bit for a while, and then they finally just completely changed up the formula.
Yeah. True.
So, I mean, hopefully they'll learn faster this time and don't just kill a series right off the bat. Because, again, cool idea.
It was a wonderful idea. And don't get me wrong, I had tons of fun in the Division at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
The moment I touched mid-level game, I was like, where's the new stuff that I can do because I'm a higher level and I've put more time in this is the whole game.
The whole thing.
This is it.
You don't even bother equipping a sniper rifle.
It's pointless. All of them do damage. There's not. And so unless they change that, like there's no point in being a sniper in that game, which one of my favorite ways to play a game is to be a tactical sniper, like doing Overwatch and stuff like that. I really enjoy that, and being able to shoot an enemy who's square in the head.
Plays all the sniper elites on the hardest fucking difficulty.
Yes. All the way through until I beat them because I hate myself. But if I shoot somebody in the head, they should die.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say that their health is. There's a bullet in their skull.
Yeah. But I don't like defending this game because I fucking hated it. But they were making basically a shooter MMO, and
yes, which I understand why they did things certain ways, but there were certain things that they needed to do differently, and if they don't do them differently in the Division 2, it's not going to be a good game. No. They can't just change the story, the location, and a couple features here and there and expect everybody to buy into it like it's a whole new thing. Like, no, it's not.
A lot of people will.
You just slap the Band-Aid on
that game did still have quite a few fanboys.
Still does.
Yeah. And I mean, if you like the game, there's nothing inherently wrong with the way the game plays. Like, everything worked. Besides the whole you had to actually stay in line bullshit. Like, let me walk through people. This is a video game.
Yeah.
I think they fixed that later on.
They did.
Yeah. But not being able to pass through other players in fucking hub areas was super annoying.
Yeah, it really was. And the game did work. There was nothing broken. They didn't commit any crazy cardinal sins.
Yeah, it just wasn't fun.
It got repetitive way too quickly. It didn't feel like I was ever progressing through the game because I'd get new guns and I'd do more damage and I'd be upgrading all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, hey, guess what? It doesn't matter that you do more damage now because that enemy has 10 times the health of the enemies you were fighting before.
And I guess sticking with the theme of this episode's, I don't know what else we can talk about for a game that hasn't even...
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just that they need to do a lot of things differently in 2 for it to be good. And I still am on the fence about whether or not I'm even going to buy the game.
Yeah, I will definitely be watching some gameplay footage from other people and seeing what the game looks like.
I'm going to be watching gameplay footage before I make a purchase for sure.
But I don't know. It's not really in my wheelhouse anyway. I've said it a few times in this. I'm not a huge shooter fan. But
understatement of the century.
There are a few that I like, but it's just not my genre.
Yeah,
I'm a big massively single player, not massively multiplayer.
He's an MMS.
Yeah.
Wait, no, just MS. The second M is massive multiplayer. Yeah, just MS.
Yeah, I mean,
Remember,
debilitating
I'm an
disease.
idiot.
So, anyways, another game is coming out. I think this month. Is it this month?
It's also this month.
Yeah, February's gonna be a big month.
I'm pretty sure it's also February 20. Oh, wait. This one might be February 22nd, and the Division 2 might be a different date. We've got our dates messed up right now. We'll put the correct ones in the description below.
But so other Metro Exodus is coming out here soon.
I'm so stoked.
And like I just said, I love me a single player game. And we've played 2033
on Damage Boost.
On Damage
and
Boost.
I've beaten 2033 and Metro Last Light like 6 times each. Both of them on the hardest difficulty.
And this one's going to be open world.
Which concerns me slightly, to be honest.
Yeah. This is a game that really shined with a carefully constructed story, which is kind of hard to do in open world. Like, you usually have to have your story be a little bit more amorphous. Like, it can...
They can still do the story similarly to the way that they did it in 2033 and Last Light. It's just you're able to travel through the tunnel, through the world freely.
Yeah.
So they can still have the story progress in kind of the same way. Yeah, they'll have to change certain things. But I mean, it could be very easy for them to just be like, you have to go from... And I have not done enough research on this game either, by the way. So I don't know.
That's why we're doing a bunch of different ones, because we didn't really do any research this week.
Yeah, we were kind of just like, we're just going to speculate wildly and... do
an opinion piece.
And do a massive... It's all opinion. We have almost zero facts.
But, this isn't on our docket, but another game that's coming out supposedly this year is Halo Worlds. Mm-hmm. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong, and I apologize if I fucked that up. But it's going to be an open world Halo game.
Ooh.
I think it's also going to be like multiplayer, but I'm not sure about that part. But this is
interesting.
Going to be a lot of interesting open world shooters. Another Far Cry coming out this year too, which I think is probably going to suck. But
Garbage fire.
but
5 was bad.
Moving away from shooters.
Was it Primal? Or what was the...
Primal, that was the reskin of
5?
Yeah. 4.
Oh, yeah, reskin of 4. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Sorry.
But
game is bad.
Moving away from shooters and back to pirates, which we haven't talked about in a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's right. We did talk. I was like, when did we talk about pirates? But
we did a whole video on Sea of Thieves, bro.
I know. I remember now.
Skull and Bones, new game from Ubisoft. Two new games from Ubisoft, but this one is
Ubisoft Singapore. It's Ubisoft Singapore's very first game that they are taking the lead on. Yeah. They've worked on other games in the past, but this one is their baby. And they've done something that I'm actually very happy that they did. They pushed the release date back.
Yeah.
It was supposed to release...
You don't see that from Ubisoft very often.
It was supposed to release in the third quarter or fourth quarter of 2018. They pushed it back to the first quarter of 2019. And aside from CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk, it's been a hot minute since I've heard of a AAA game developer pushing a release date back.
And it's kind of hard to even call CD Projekt Red a AAA game. They only have one IP, really.
That's true. It's you can't really... I don't know if you can call them a AAA developer.
But yeah, so they pushed it back. We read over this one a little bit because I had only seen the cinematic trailer from E3.
Yeah, I'd only seen the E3 trailer as well.
But it's interesting. It's going to be similar to Sea of Thieves, except each player will have their own ship.
Or ships. I wasn't really able to find information on whether or not you control just one ship or like a fleet.
I would imagine it's just the one. Because from what I saw from most of the people that were talking about it, it looks like they just they got inspiration from Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Give me a fleet. I want to command a fleet. Okay, listen. The game is you're supposed to become the greatest pirate that ever lived. how can I do that with one ship? I need 40.
Give me 40 ships.
40 ships or more.
But anyways, so get it back on track, you fucking asshole.
This is on track. I need more ships.
So they took inspiration from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is a great game, honestly.
It was really well done.
Their ship physics and like the way that they handled naval combat and stuff, I really enjoyed.
And it was kind of out of their wheelhouse.
Yeah, it was. Was Black Flag before 3 or?
So Black Flag actually takes place on the timeline before 3 takes place, but it released after 3 did.
Okay, so Assassin's Creed 3 was the first time they did it, and it was all right in Assassin's Creed 3. They didn't do too much differently for Black Flag, but
they definitely took some things out that I missed.
Yeah.
Things that they had in 3 were the different ammunition types and the different ways
they bring
to
that back
disable.
They bring that back in Rogue a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't played Rogue.
I'm playing it currently. It was free on Xbox Live Gold.
Might download that.
Most people haven't played Rogue because it came out like right around the same time Unity did.
Yeah. But it was well, the reason that most people didn't is because it was originally when it first launched, it was an Xbox 360 only release.
Yeah.
And the Xbox One was already out.
Yeah.
So everyone had gotten rid of...
It was Ubisoft throwing a bone to the people that hadn't gotten a Xbox One yet. That wasn't very many people.
It wasn't a lot of people. You should have looked at Microsoft's sales numbers before you decided to do that. That was kind of dumb.
But anyway, so it has the same like ship stuff, except the game takes place entirely on the ship. It's the ship combat from that, hopefully like elevated. Because while it is good, it was still a secondary mechanic to a full game. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be, the game is based around this mechanic, so there needs to be more things. I was seeing that you can actually like use instruments to figure out which direction the wind's going and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean it's more in depth than Black Flag is, and it takes place even Black Flag was less centered around naval combat. It was
more about exploration.
Yeah, you could play through the whole game.
And maybe have like 2 or 3 fights, because there are a couple ones you actually have.
There's a couple missions where you have to sail your ship and you have to do ship to ship combat, but you can very much only do it when you have to and still complete the game. Granted, it's going to be really difficult.
Yeah, because getting those resources.
The moment I was able to upgrade my ship, I started upgrading my ship.
Yeah.
And that's all I did until it was fully upgraded.
Yeah.
And then once it was fully upgraded, I just laughed at the rest of the ships on the map and just barreled through.
I mean, it's a pirate game. You should be a pirate. Like, why would you not completely upgrade the Jackdaw? I hope they allow you to name your ships in this one, because that's always annoyed me in both all 3 of the games that I've played that have ships in them. You can't. I mean, I get it. It's a historical fiction, so you're like, this is the name that his ship was. So
yeah,
whatever. But this is I'm based off the trailer. I'm thinking it's like entirely like fictional, but they did say something about the Indian Sea, and on the wiki page.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's entirely fictional, and it's not in the Assassin's Creed universe.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So there's not going to be any animus or any shit like that.
No Templars or assassins.
You know, like, well, I don't know if there's not going to... Well, probably no Templars or assassins.
I mean, they might throw it in as a reference. They do that from time to time in Ubisoft games, like Ghost Recon having... Not Wildlands, but the one before that, you had a DLC pack for like Animus outfits or Abstergo outfits for your guys for multiplayer.
So they might throw a little bone there, but it seems to me pretty much it's wholly a pirate game, and I'm.
Oh, and this one has a single player story.
Yes,
yeah, throw that in there.
Yes, it's not just multiplayer.
Does not, which is fine. You don't have to have a single player story, but it has one, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this game. I'm really hoping that Ubisoft Singapore does not fuck us.
I mean,
with this game.
It's their first lead, so I'm expecting probably a pretty rocky launch, especially with like multiplayer and stuff.
They pushed it back, so I'm hoping that they realize that the rocky launch of For Honor and the rocky launch of Siege was detrimental to the game as a whole, because they are still planning on this game being seasonal as well,
Yes.
and opening new areas of the globe to travel to as piracy in the later seasons. Which, if the game is good and it works well and it stays fun the whole time, I'll probably play this game for a while.
Yeah.
This is a game I am probably going to purchase, even if it has a rocky start.
Yep. So
simply because it's a good concept.
two games that one we're definitely not buying, one we probably won't buy, and then two that we're definitely going to buy.
yeah. No, I'm definitely buying Exodus.
So,
like 100%. You can't stop
some
me.
buyer bewares and some what's the word? Endorsements from Shawn and Richard Save the Industry.
Yes.
Even though the games aren't out yet. So that's the end of our wild speculation. We'll have a more structured video next week.
Maybe
we might enjoy doing this. Who knows? We're still trying to figure out what we are. So
wild speculation is fun. I can say weird shit and no one can be like, oh, that's wrong. It'd be like, it was opinions. So opinions are neither wrong nor right.
So I'll have our social security numbers, bank routing numbers, and bank account information in the description if y'all want to rob us.
Oh, along with addresses, phone numbers, full names. I'm gonna upload a PDF of my birth certificate.
Mm-hmm. So if anybody wants to be us, because
I don't want to be me.
I don't either. So you can have it. Anyways, links in the description for socials and anything we fucked up while we were just kind of shooting the shit.
We'll fix the dates.
All right. So we'll see you guys next week. We'll see you guys later this week, but with this show, we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, guys.
All right.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.